Some grace, preacher man say it's wonders and signs. We are living in the end of times. Where is the love we once used to know? Where is the kindness we used to show? The heart of man is so full of hate. Let's make a change before it's too late. Too much killing, too much blood spilling. Each and every morning, it's weeping and mourning. We've got to stop all the crimes, erase the violence, let our voice be heard. We can't sit in silence. The hope of tomorrow is in our use today. We've got to live in love. Crime and violence don't pay.
3, 2, 1. FM is SVG.
All right, we're good to go. Good morning, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Welcome to another edition of Activated Mornings right here on WFM 99.9. The time is now 14 minutes after the 8 o'clock hour. Today we have Cop Chat, and in studio this morning, no strangers to the studios of WFM. We have sitting right next to me. We have Mr. Parnel. He is Superintendent of Police and also head of the Traffic Department. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
All right, welcome back. We also have Mr. Kenny Jones. He is, Sergeant of Police. The S there, I'm mixing up the S's in my head. Sergeant of Police, good morning.
Good morning to you, Christal. Good morning to St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
All right, lovely. Also, no stranger. And Mr. Wendell Corridon, also Sergeant of Police. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning to you, Christal, and good morning to the listening public of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, all the persons in the hearing of my voice.
All right, awesome. I have my first question to you. How you get down here so fast? We just had traffic talk. You reach real fast.
Yes, I was doing the program on the move. I was riding the police motorcycle, and I just paused for a little.
Okay, pause for a little. You did some safety. Some road safety. You practiced road safety. You pulled aside and you did what you had to do. All right, awesome. So it's traffic week, traffic safety week within the RSVGPF. I know earlier this week we would have zoned in on the bicycles a bit, so we're not going to touch on that this morning. We're going to deal with some other areas of concern. But before we get to the areas of concern, how was yesterday's event? I passed and I heard. I didn't get my bumper sticker, but it's okay. It's all right. How was yesterday?
Yesterday went well. We have quite a number of persons from the public who are partnering with us, and they are quite satisfied with the move that we have made and the messages that we are sending to persons who are using our roads.
Mm-hmm. Lovely. So if you can go through again, for the benefit of those who are just joining us, the other activities that are coming up for the rest of the week.
As we speak, our guys are in town this morning organizing for the whistle stop to go to the leeward side of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. They will carry with them some bumper stickers, some flyers, and I believe some t-shirts so that they can give to members of the North Leeward, Central Leeward, and persons on the leeward side of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. You might be fortunate enough to be given a t-shirt which signifies our Road Safety Week, and our theme, road safety is everyone's responsibility. The t-shirts for the staff at 99.9 will be coming at a later date or time.
Did I say anything?
So Christal, I realize that you might be listening and waiting to hear when your t-shirt will be coming to your studios.
I didn't see a thing.
Your t-shirt will be coming. Don't worry yourself.
Thank you. And you're actually wearing one of the shirts, right?
Yes.
All right.
Road safety is everyone's responsibility.
All right. Traffic Road Safety Week.
Yes, 2023.
All right. Awesome. Now, some troublesome areas. I know we would have touched on the van drivers, but let's leave the van drivers for last because they get a lot of attention when we're talking about road safety and traffic. Let's stop at the trees. Sometimes you're driving and you have overhanging trees. Sometimes you see trailers hitting these trees. What's supposed to be done and how it's supposed to be done concerning overhanging trees?
Now, this work is supposed to be done in collaboration with Braxa and the Forestry Department. These three agencies, the police, Braxa, and the Forestry Department, we are supposed to be working hand in hand to ensure that the overhanging trees are not interfering with our power lines and interfering with the traffic as the case may be.
Mm-hmm. Okay. My next question is, if the land is owned by an individual, isn't it their responsibility to make sure that their property does not cause harm or poses a particular danger to the traveling public?
Yes, they also have a responsibility, but safety is first. And once the trees are overhanging, we ask them to contact Braxa or the Forestry Division. They have the equipment that is necessary to cut them and to avoid to limit the dangers that someone might put themselves into. They're the professionals.
Okay, so is there a charge? Is there a
I am
cost?
not sure if it entails a charge, but I haven't heard anyone speaks to a charge to have their tree cut by Braxa or the Forestry Division.
Okay.
I think the more they volunteer because they are being paid by the government. I think most of the time they volunteer because they know the dangers of cutting trees, especially if they're touching power lines and so. Yeah. So and most of we are in the hurricane season. So as we speak, I believe there work that is being carried out on the road now in regards to cutting overhanging trees.
So this is more specific to maybe our primary roads, like the main roads. What about secondary roads where it might just be like very high grass? What happens then? Is it the same process you go through Braxa or? Well,
Braxa and the road divisions, they're in charge of that. If the trees or the grass that are growing is hindering person's vision, sometimes they report to the traffic department. We contact Braxa and they're being cut. So it's a team.
Okay.
One team.
Everyone's responsibility.
Yeah. Each one, each situation interferes with one or the other.
Okay.
So all the entities involved normally come together without switching blame.
Okay.
And we have it done for the safety of our pedestrians and motorists alike.
Okay. Is there a possibility for there to be like a charge laid against anybody in this kind of situation? Or it's just like, okay, you see it, just fix it?
I'm not sure of that, Christal. I'm not quite sure.
Okay, it's probably not in the books.
Christal, just to add to what the superintendent just said, I know that there are private entities that private owners would usually hire private entities to do the cutting or pruning of the trees sometimes, but still they would work along with the police and forestry to ensure that safety takes place while these trees are being cut on the road on that given day. Whether it is a Sunday or what, they would write off to the police saying that they're going to cut trees, it might interfere with the traffic, request maybe a traffic officer to assist on that day and so on. So just to add to what the superintendent is saying, yes, there are private entities, persons who does tree cutting, and private owners would hire these persons sometimes to cut their trees on their private property once they're overhanging or encroaching in the part of the road.
Okay, so then I could just reach out to you so that you could do whatever you need to do on the road to make sure that everything runs smoothly.
Yeah.
As you're talking about that, I have a question. If there's an obstruction in the road, maybe like some cement falls off of a truck or some blocks or something falls off, what should the road user do in a situation like that? Anyone?
What normally happens is that if there any blockage or anything in the road that will prevent persons from proceeding to or from their homes or workplace, they normally contact the traffic department as long as it have anything to do with roads.
Mhm.
If it is something that we can deal with, as in police traffic, we will. If we have to seek help from another agency, we will.
Mhm.
But our primary objective is to ensure that the road is safe, and we do what we have to do. Take, for instance, an oil spill.
Right.
When there's an oil spill, persons will call the traffic department. We get on to the fire department to have the area cleaned.
Mhm.
So it's like that. If it entails debris, cement that falls from a truck, sometimes if we know the owners of the truck, we'll contact them and ask them to go and clean up the road. It's like that. So we are the ones sometimes, or most of the times, who persons will call and direct their concerns to, and we seek to have it addressed.
Mhm. Are drivers legally obligated to clean up their mess? For example, the cement. Corridon, you wanna-
They can be
Oh.
charged. They can be charged for the offense of littering, but in addition to charge, the area need to be clean also.
Okay. Because I'm asking specifically because I see or saw yesterday in Kingstown, I think very close to not Heritage Square, Peace Memorial Hall, there was a little area where it looks like cement, is cement. And I know it rained, so it's probably very hard now, and it wasn't clean. And I know that there are other areas on the main road that have that. So that's why I asked if there are any legal implications to that. All right.
Yes, there's legal implication. Under the later act, it states that any person who deposit any debris, dust, in material, oil, it spell out exactly what is litter.
Mhm.
And it carries a penalty also. You can be charged up to a fine of $5,000 in the court. It also gives the police officer the authority to get the owner of those debris that was left on the road to remove same. Right? So yes, under the litter act, someone can be prosecuted and they ought to remove that litter from the public place.
Okay, lovely, lovely, lovely. Now you can reach out to us via WhatsApp. The WhatsApp number is 457-9994. The number to call 457-9997. Speaking of littering and debris, do you have any issues with trucks moving from one place to the other, whether it's to take sand, gravel, garbage? What are the rules concerning covering the backs of those open trucks?
Under the litter act, it says that the material of the truck
Mhm.
should be covered at all times. We have not a challenge with those trucks because we have officers daily out on the road patrolling and ensuring that these trucks are covered. However, there are some trucks still moving material, depositing material on our roads. For instance, the cement trucks, which carries the premix material.
Right.
Those trucks are still overloading the barrels, and they are moving from point A to point B. And when they reach on the hill, they will deposit material on our road. I'm asking these trucks to desist from doing so because we at the traffic department have no tolerance with this deposit that they are leaving on the road because it makes Christal's life in danger on the road driving coming up,
And I get annoyed because sometimes a driver may not be able to. You're laughing at the annoyance?
Yes.
Yeah, because the roads are for everybody, and you're driving a vehicle that it can happen but you're not putting things in place to either prevent it. As you said, maybe it's being overloaded, but then there's nobody to really, because you're driving, you may not see. Let's be fair, right? But then there's nobody behind you to say, okay, you know what, you need to pull over, you need to stop, you need to clean up the mess. It's the cleaning up that I have an issue with. And you see from time to time, some truck drivers, you're driving behind and they have a tarpaulin that's just going like this, flapping. It's not a kite. We're not on the tarmac flying out kites or anything. Like, just secure it. What can I do as a road user in that instance? Could I call you guys?
Yes, you can call us at the traffic department at telephone number 457-1211. I believe if you dial 911 also, you can contact us there. You can even call me at the traffic department, which is Sergeant Corridon. My phone number is 434-5256. And I believe the ASP and the sergeant also, you can contact us. We will ensure that this litter will be removed and your life will be saved.
Yes, there's no call me.
But Christal, these remains on the road sometimes could result in serious accidents.
Yeah.
Stones and gravel, sometimes you on an incline and the traffic comes to a halt and then you have to brake, and then you brake and sometimes it causes your vehicle to skid on to the vehicle in front of you.
Mhm.
So we just want to encourage everyone, truck owners, garbage trucks, sometimes you see cardboards flying off in moving traffic, to ensure that these materials are properly secured, because they could result in serious accidents on the streets of St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
And in cases maybe when they're moving sand or gravel, maybe specifically gravel, and the pebble flies off, bam, it hits your windscreen. I mean, they're responsible for fixing it, but to have to go through all of that, it just sounds tedious.
I mean, at times, even in Kingston, you see sometimes a truck driver trying to slip through town without having materials, sand and stones, without having a tarpaulin covering that material. Sometimes police pull them aside and they have to remain there until they could properly secure the materials and the trucks.
Right. Can you go to jail for not having like the tarpaulin on the back, or is it just like a fine?
And most times, once you've been charged, it would be a fine.
Okay, for traffic offenses mostly it's a fine. Okay, all right. So it's 8:30. We have to take a break right now. Run some commercials, and then we come right back with some more of the things that should not be happening on the roads of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Let's take a break. We'll be right back.
Thinking of winning the lotto jackpot? Well, there is an easy way. Combo Play. Choose 4 numbers from 1 to 36. That's a combo 4 at a cost of $64. Match any 4 of the 5 numbers and win the lotto jackpot. There's Combo 6, where you purchase 6 numbers for only $12. Match any 5 of the 6 lotto numbers and hit the jackpot. How about Combo 7? That's a purchase of 7 lotto numbers for $42. Match any 5 of the 7 numbers and you will win the jackpot. There are also Combo 3, Combo 8, and Combo 9 lotto plays. Visit the NLA headquarters in Pauls Avenue or WhatsApp 556886 for more details. Lotto, you have to be in it to win it.
The Yulu Pan Movement and the Carnival Bands Inc. presents the ultimate all-white fete, Ivory Soiree.
When you're ready with the man, the iron and the man with the Congo drum in the engine. There's a vibe in the section when we jam into the steel.
Ivory Soiree on May the 28th at the Victoria Park Lawn with 8 top Zila orchestras, mass presentation, venue transformation, trendy soca, reggae and calypso music, plus top DJs, trending artists, table bar services, smoke zone, tokens and giveaways. It's mass meets steel pan with plenty vibes. Admission $20. Show starts at 5 p.m. The all-white lunch party, Ivory Soiree, Sunday, May 28th. Be there at Victoria Park Lawn, ready to unleash the energy in the engine room. Sponsored by National Properties and the CDC.
Did you know that you can now conduct all your insurance business online with Century Insurance? Yes, Century Insurance announces their online insurance services. Save the hassle of going to their office to do insurance business. Clients can now have the option to pay their insurance through a personalized, secure online client account. Send and receive documents and sign documents electronically. If shopping for insurance, you can get quotations online for all our insurance products and services and complete the entire process online. You can also communicate with our friendly and courteous staff through our instant chat application. Visit our website right now, centuryinsurancevc.com, to get started, or call us at 456-2247 for more information. Get online and save time with Century Insurance Online.
You can never go wrong with any of the rums from Angostura family out of Trinidad and Tobago. Introducing Single Barrel. The Single Barrel rum tastes like a rum that was aged much longer than 5 years. Great hints of molasses, coffee beans, and vanilla. Extremely smooth and sweet. This is a complex rum that is not very expensive. Experience a Single Barrel today. Excellent over ice or with your favorite chaser. Single Barrel. Available at Log Enterprises. Call them today at 456-2936 or drop in at their office at Lower Middle Street next to OT Tire Shop. Experience a Single Barrel today.
Used tires sale. Buy 3 used tires and get 1 free on selected sizes at the OT car park. Offer valid while stocks last. Remember, buy 3 used tires, get 1 free on selected sizes at the OT car park.
There's a place for people like you.
General Hardware still has the best prices on steel, lumber, and plywood. So go on, compare prices. And if by chance you find a better price, no stress. Just talk to the General, and they will beat that price plus give you special priority delivery. Yes, General Hardware offers free island-wide delivery on most purchases, so you never have to worry about getting your goods on site on time. Plus, shopping at General Hardware is a pleasant experience, with friendly, knowledgeable staff always ready to serve. What more could you wish for, huh? So come to General Hardware for proper service, lowest prices, free delivery, and see why nobody beats the General. Nobody.
Sparrows on your sophistication. Sparrows run age to perfection. Skillfully crafted and forged with time in oak barrels. A rum so divine. Discover authentic Caribbean rum. Sparrows, premium rum. Sparrows, full-bodied rum. Sparrows, pure sophistication. Discover authentic Vincentian rum. Sparrows, premium rum.
Distilled and blended by St. Vincent Distillers Limited. Please drink responsibly.
Agents, Careers, Distributions Limited.
3, 2, 1. FM is SVG.
WEFM 99.9.
All right, welcome back, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It's 8:37, and of course, you're listening to WFM 99.9's Cup Chat edition for today, Thursday, May 25th. If you want to reach out to us, the WhatsApp number is 457-9994. The number to call is 457-9997. If you have a question or concern concerning traffic, it is Traffic Week. Road safety is everyone's responsibility. Everybody, tutman bagay. All right. Now, I go to the hardware store and I want to buy some PVC or some lumber. Is there a correct way? What's the correct way for me to try? And I have a little car or maybe an SUV. What's the correct way to transport maybe a piece of steel or lumber or PVC? What's the correct way to transport that?
Okay. Under the road traffic regulation, it says that when loading the steel and the trucks, pickup, whatever vehicle that you're carrying, that the overhang should be not more than 3 feet in length, hanging off the truck. Also, no, not 3 feet, sorry, 6 feet. Corrected.
6 feet.
6 feet. 3 feet in latitude, meaning to the sides. Right? It should be 6 feet in length, hanging to the back of the truck, and it also you should also have a what we call a red flag. So you have a red piece of cloth, or you have a red piece of ribbon that will help to notify the public that there's something protruding from the back of my truck. They're supposed to be flying in the wind as you move. I see you watch me in surprise.
I never knew about the red flag on the vehicle if you have something. I also didn't know that there's restrictions as to how far, because I'm thinking if it's like an SUV, 6 feet is just a little taller than I am. That's pretty long.
So it means then that you have to get the relevant vehicle to move your material. You can't have steel at the length of 50 feet in length and you have it on a pickup that is just 15 feet. It means that material will be extending beyond what the law is requiring. So you have to get a bigger truck to move your material.
Okay, that will make sense. Sorry, go ahead.
Christal, I got from the question you're asking is that if you have a SUV or a car and you buy your PVC, how should you transport it? Don't put it on the car or the SUV. It's a private vehicle. That is not for trade. Hire the appropriate vehicle, as the sergeant said.
Oh, I'm not guilty, by the way.
Don't put your mattresses that you purchase from the convenience store on the roof of your car or SUV. Hire the appropriate vehicle to carry it home,
which is not a taxi.
And we are noticing quite a number of persons who are doing sales are strapped in mattresses on the roof of their vehicle, and persons are doing sales in private vehicles. And sometimes the last thing we want to do is prosecution. Hence, there's the reason why we are sensitizing the public as to the things that they should not be doing. We are educating you guys, preventing you from committing offenses against the law. And we will continue to do this as long as there's a medium where we can do it. We will continue to do it. If it happens that you have to be prosecuted, it means that you want to be disobedient. And as long as you're disobedient, you will have to pay the penalty. But what we do is prevention. Prevention before detection. We're trying to prevent our citizens, our good, loyal, honest citizens from being victim of the law. Do not commit yourself. That is why we are educating you as to what you can and cannot do. If you're going to do something and you're not sure, call the police. Officer, I want to move some sand. I have some sand to dump, but I am going to get some men to move it. Officer, I have a couple, some debris I want to clean up my yard. I want to clean up my gateway. I want to cut some trees.
Or move out.
I want to move out from this apartment to another apartment.
Yeah.
I need to hire something. What is the most appropriate vehicle thing I can hire? The police is there. I mean, when you're not sure, to give you advice and to make you safer. That is what we're here for. Not to just go and prosecute or prosecute.
Maybe you should. That's how some people will listen,
No,
right?
sometimes what you have to do, in the absence of knowing, people will act, believing that what they're doing is correct.
But ignorance of the law is no excuse.
That is why we have to educate you.
Some people don't listen.
They will.
When they get prosecuted.
After they've been told.
Okay. All right. There's no winning here.
I believe in educating people and try to prevent something from happening. And if you're this consistent, or if you're so hardened, as old people will say, you're not listening, or you don't want to listen, you don't want to hear, and you want to do things your own way, so be it.
Okay.
But for the persons who wants to listen, but they are not hearing, we are supposed to educate them.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Christal.
Okay. My mind went to van drivers. The reason my mind went to van drivers is because you've been hearing the complaints of traffic department comes down really hard on van drivers. Is it because you've talked to them so long and so often that they're just not listening? So, okay, prosecuting. Tickets, guys. Tickets. Is that the reason? Like you're just tired of having to talk to them over and over and over, and they're still doing the same thing?
We're never tired, Christal.
Okay, not tired.
We're
never
never
tired.
tired of talking.
Take back the time.
And yeah, take it back.
Okay.
What normally happens, we at times have meetings with omnibus drivers and owners just to reinforce the law, just to help them, educate them as to how they can make themselves better drivers.
Right.
Some people do listen. And earlier this year, we have an award ceremony for outstanding traffic men and women. And we honor 2 van drivers who we see they're not coming to the notice of the police and they're outstanding on the road. And we award them.
Who are those officers? Who are those drivers? Sorry.
Gavin Whiskey from Fairhall, brown skin guy.
Oh, yes. I think it's a white van with green.
Green,
yeah.
That's
big up to East St. George, you know. Got some good drivers there. Yes. And the second person.
He's an outstanding driver. He's not been coming to the notice of the police, and he's very helpful on the road. And you need persons to emulate these drivers. Look at them. Look at how they conduct themselves. Look at how they dress.
Yeah, he wears a hat too. I find the hat to be so cute. Yeah. Who's the second person?
The second person is Harold Murray from Kittel's area.
Yeah, right close to home.
Yeah.
So
you know, sometimes we don't only look at the bad things that people do. We look at the good things and try to copy them and let persons see that we're not only about prosecution.
Okay. So no Joey in there.
Well, Joey has been a consistent law-abiding citizen.
So next year for Joey.
Well, Joey has been getting all the time.
I have to speak with Joey. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know Joey was a star.
He's a star.
Where's it?
Of course.
Didn't know
But
that.
I mean, you have to look at other persons and what they're trying to do and
Right.
reward them accordingly.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Another question on the issue of transporting like PVC hardware supplies. I see sometimes vans move. Sometimes you see maybe a weed eater. That's okay, right? Sometimes the weed eater sticks out of the window.
No.
That's not okay. So they should hire a truck. Well, an appropriate vehicle.
You can take your weed eater in of the omnibus, not outside. So
Okay.
If you want to move, we recognize that you're seeking employment.
Right.
It's a means of employment for persons, so we don't want to deny you of your employment.
Mhm.
So you can make sure that your weed eater is properly
Fits in.
inside of the
Mhm.
omnibus.
Sometimes the omnibuses would stick maybe a length of PVC through the van driver's door straight to the back of the van and move with that. That's a no-no.
That's a no-no also. It's compromise safety for passengers. We would not want you to have a PVC pipe through the van driver door, which will cause distraction to him. It might fall. Let's say it fall and stick in the steering wheel.
Okay, we want to move all obstructions and distractions from the driver as much as possible. Speaking of distractions, cellular phones. He pointed at you, Jones. Is that something you see quite regularly on the road?
That is something that is very prevalent on our roads. And,
Come forward to the microphone, please. Right, awesome.
It has caused for some concern from the department standpoint. We've seen too many persons using their cell phones while driving. I've seen cases where persons are actually let go of their steering wheel in moving traffic just to text. Understand? I've seen drivers driving, turning a corner and all of the attention are in the cell phone. You know, and it is a cause for concern. And the last thing you should have full control over your motor vehicle at all times. And I usually would say to them, when you learn to drive, your two hands on the steering wheel, and that is how it should be at all times. Other than when you are changing a manual vehicle, you change, but different from that, your two hands should be on the steering wheel because you should be in full control of that motor vehicle. Or you should be driving a passenger bus or a private vehicle, and you have one hand on the steering wheel and one hand with the cell phone, and your eyes are so affixed to that cell phone.
Sometimes some guys, they drive like with half their body out the vehicle. I don't know how that looks cool, but they're like, shouldn't be doing that either.
Yeah, so it causes for concern, and we want persons to desist from these practices. Sometimes they result in accidents, but not every time you'd get the information from drivers that I was texting or I was spending on my cell phone. But 90% of accidents are caused by human error because somebody was not paying attention or somebody failed to adhere to a traffic rule or regulation, and that resulted in an accident.
Yeah, like the person who went across the tarmac that says no entry.
Right, and sometimes it results in an accident just because you fail to comply with a no entry sign or a sign that says turn left, you choose to turn right instead, or it says go straight ahead, you choose to go right or go left. So signs are there for the safety of everyone, and we want persons to adhere to the road signs. We want persons to desist from texting while driving. That is one of the message that we are sending also during this road safety week. No drinking and driving, cut down on the unnecessary speeding and the reckless driving across the streets of St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Right. I could tell you what I saw. This was what it is, Thursday? Right. I think it was this week. Somebody who was driving a trailer. I couldn't believe it. And he slowed down at Richmond Hill. So the road is this way, and his body is turned at 90 degrees from the steering wheel, and he has his phone in his hand and he's recording. I don't know if he's looking at a shape or boat and he never see the sea or whatever, I don't know. And he's recording. I'm like, that is ridiculous, because the vehicle that I was in overtook that because it was driving so slowly. And behind him is a container. I'm like, no, he's probably not the driver. But then at a later point, I looked again. I'm like, okay, he was the driver. That's so ridiculous to take your eyes completely off the road. You cannot see, plus he's high. You see some crazy things on the roads of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Somebody is asking or saying here, right? If you don't charge someone for doing something illegal, exactly when does the law apply? Okay. Somebody says here, good morning, Christal. We all know that the truck should cover their load. The amount of trucks that I see with no covers or covers not fit for use, those trucks pass enough police stations from where they take the load of sand to their destination. The amount of sand that I have to clean up outside my property, I could have built another house. You should have collected them and put them in some crocus bags, man. We need more police on the roads patrolling the roads. Another comment, people that assault. Good morning. Another comment on enforcing the law. People that assault police officers and police who interfere, people who interfere with police when they are doing their jobs need to be prosecuted is the issue. Not the prosecution part, but people who would try to inhibit you from doing your jobs on the road concerning traffic. Is that a problem?
Sometimes you get it from the passengers on motor omnibuses in particular, because you approach a driver sometimes to inform them of an offense, and sometimes maybe just to speak to them in relation to the offense. Sometimes, as the superintendent said, the intention sometimes is not always to prosecute, but you want to warn person of an offense that they commit. Right? And you will get passengers on bus sometimes trying to interfere, obstruct the police while they're trying to speak to the driver. Even in the case of them prosecuting the driver, person will try to obstruct. And even in the case of the officer trying to execute an arrest, you'd have persons trying to obstruct the police, getting the part of the police, trying to pull out the driver or the conductor or whoever it is from the police. These things we want the general public to desist from these practices, because the law also allows the officer to call on a citizen to assist them in executing the arrest. And if that person fails to assist the officer in executing that arrest, that person can also be charged. So the law is very broad, understand? So instead of you trying to obstruct the police, the officer could actually call you, Christal. Assist me, Christal, in apprehending this person. And if you fail to do so, you're also liable to be charged.
Suppose you pick a man, I'm so feeble. I can't. What can I do?
Assist.
Sorry?
You can assist.
I can assist.
Yes.
Calm down. Calm
yes.
down. I could sing a song like a lullaby. No?
Go with the police. Driver, just take it easy. Go with the police.
Oh, okay. I could do that. I could practice right now. Driver, calm down. Just go. I'll drive. Wait, I don't have a license.
He doesn't have a license to drive
How do you know that?
A public service transport.
How do you know that? Gotta look at you. Like, all right, so we got 5 more minutes actually. Van drivers are the bosses. Van drivers are the boss with driving and having their cellular phones in their hands. Oh, van drivers are the boss of driving with having their cellular phones in their hands. I was actually in a van yesterday, and such was the case. Did you come out? I have seen drivers and conductors operate while consuming alcohol. Whether it's the first, second, or 50th, I'm not sure. But I've seen that. And in instances like that, I think the response would be, I can always call you guys and report it. But what do you do in that instance? You observe. What if they're not? What do you do in that instance?
Well, the law, we have laws to govern those conductors and drivers that are using alcohol or consuming alcohol while operating their business. If you call us and you what we will require of you though is to give a written statement to say what happened, because without evidence we can't prosecute Mr. Browne for operating his omnibus under the influence of alcohol. So we have to have the evidence, and once you come forth with that evidence, we will investigate. We will take the person to the court, and then the court will decide whether the evidence is sufficient for the prosecution of that person. He can be charged up to a fine of $2,500 under regulation. Also, we are asking for the public to assist us as much as possible, because we can't be here, there, and everywhere. With the limited resources that we have, I'm asking persons to assist us as much as possible. See a driver drinking alcohol and driving, call us immediately at 457-1211, and we will dispatch officers out to deal with that situation.
I think what might help, I'm not sure if you already have this, maybe like a WhatsApp hotline, because some people don't necessarily want to call, because it may not be appropriate to call because the music might be too loud anyways.
So what they could actually use their cell phones and record such acts. The officer also has the authority while on duty to use his cell phone and record such illegal acts and what is taking place on the road. The court, this could be tendered in evidence, put in evidence in court. The IT department will just take off the footage from the cell phone, put it on this, and that could be shown in court and used to prosecute the offenders. So once you see a violation, you could record what is taking place. We have intelligence officers who will be fully court. We could take these footages off and we could use them in court to prosecute persons.
Okay. Are there any plans to work on road signage across the entire island?
Yes, we have. We are presently trying to get as much signage as possible. We have some jingles that we want to also be erected in strategic areas, not only in Kingstown. Buckle up, seatbelt save life, no drinking and driving. All of these slogans we are putting them on some billboards and have them erected. We have the insurance companies coming on board.
Oh, that's lovely.
Because they are affected in some way or the other. They are also coming on board to assist us in getting some of these billboards up to remind motorists as to what they are to do to make themselves safer on our roads.
All right. And with that, we have to wrap things up for a cup chat for today because it's 1 minute before 9 o'clock. So final thoughts, final encouragement, maybe to share or how we can reach out to you again, including on Facebook. Let's go. Let's start. Corridon. Sergeant Corridon.
Yes. We are out in our numbers. We have a series of events, as I said earlier, where we are preaching the word road safety is everyone's responsibility. I am asking the public to take this at heart, run with it, spread the word. Tell everybody, tell a friend, tell a neighbor, tell a sister, tell a brother that road safety is everyone's responsibility. Without your help, we can't do it. Also, you can contact us at the traffic department at 457-1211. There you can give suggestions. You can also report any traffic infringement on our roads. Once more, I must say thanks to our sponsors that made our road safety. I want to say a success because what has happened for the past 4 days, I am seeing indeed a success.
That's good.
I'm asking and I'm congratulating those sponsors once more to come on board and assist us. Thank you.
All right. Jones? Sergeant Jones?
Well, I just want to encourage everyone to continue to adhere to the traffic rules and regulation. One of our major concern on the road most likely is the cause for careless, dangerous, and reckless driving. These acts most times result in serious accidents, results in death, results in person receiving serious injuries. I do want persons to reduce their speed when necessary. Just cut down on the careless, the reckless, and the dangerous driving, and let us all work together. We're calling on all our communities, stakeholders, businesses to collaborate with the police in making the streets of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, our students, drivers, passengers, everyone has a responsibility in ensuring that the roads are safe. Once our roads are safe, our nation will be a much safer place. So we just want to encourage everybody to take this to heart, ensure that you are safe while using the road and exercise that level of care to ensure that you are safe.
Okay, great. Browne?
Yes, I'm happy. when the letter was sent out to the Ministry of Education, I received a call. And the question to me was, ASP Browne, what does Ministry of Education have road safety? What does road safety have to do with the Ministry of Education? I told the caller, road safety have nothing to do with the Ministry of Education, but road safety have to do with the persons who are involved in the Ministry of Education. We have persons going to school there. Apparently, the person didn't realize that they have to travel on the road to go to the Ministry of Education.
They forgot about that
and
part.
they had forgotten that the children have to walk and travel on our roads to get to their place of education. And I outline all of that. Do not sell yourself short and try to find excuses to get away from something that applies to you. Our job is not just law enforcement. We have to deal with education also. So we are not the Ministry of Education, but we are the police. We are the law enforcement agency. But it does not say that we cannot educate people. And what we're doing now, we're educating people. So we're working also with the Ministry of Education. The police is a friend. And believe it. I want to applaud all the schools. And Christal, I am telling you, the schools are making requests for officers because the officers from the traffic department are visiting the school for this week, enlightening our students and teachers as to how to make themselves safer. We are getting requests from the schools to have a police officer come in every week to talk to the student. And mind you, it might not be road safety alone that the police are trying to teach, but the teachers might be saying, police coming to the schools will, the students that are delinquent might become more involved. So while we're teaching road safety, we are creating an environment in the school where students will be more inclined to get into their class and not giving the teachers any untoward behavior.
Okay.
So it is a broad spectrum that the police is covering.
Okay.
So I want to encourage those students to continue to be safe on our roads. I want to encourage the Ministry of Education to partner with the police to make our schools and our roads safer, and all the other agencies that are involved, as the sergeants quite rightly said. And I am happy that the insurance companies are on board. I'm very happy that insurance companies are on board. They might be seeing a little more interest being added to their account by this road safety week, because persons might be a little more careful and persons might not get into accident to claim on the insurance. I'm not speaking politics, I'm just speaking law enforcement. And what the spill off might be. I'm just speaking what the spill off might be.
That's a good sell.
Yes.
A good sales pitch. I see where you're going with that one. All right.
So I'm just encouraging everyone to adhere to the rules.
All right. Thank you so much.
To encourage everyone to be safer on our roads. And remember, tomorrow we have our march and rally.
Tomorrow's Friday.
Yes, tomorrow is Friday. We have our march and rally commencing at Richmond Hill Road, just outside the Peace Memorial Hall.
What time is that?
1 p.m. 1 p.m. Christal, you'll be out of the station, so you can join us with
How
your
you
t-shirts.
know that, huh? I gotta get an umbrella because I can't deal with that sun. An umbrella and a t-shirt that says Road Safety Week 2023.
Yes, you will get your t-shirt. You will get your t-shirt.
All right. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us today and to speak about a very important topic, as per usual. One more thing, we're so way over time. Sincere apologies. Thank you for your patience. Somebody says, here's another slogan for the traffic department. It says, let's not meet by accident. Maybe you could put some pictures of past accidents behind that, like a little, like 1,000 accidents. Let's not meet by accident. You guys calm down on the roads, please. Anyways, thank you so much. We got to wrap things up and have a wonderful day and a wonderful rest of the week. All the best tomorrow as well.
Thank you.
All right. And there you have it. Cop Chat for today.